So Katie Hopkins basically just exposed Dan Wootton. More bad news for him as well that is taking place. Hey guys, it's Rob Morley. Hopefully you guys are all doing well today. Back again with another video. If you have not subscribed, it is daily and consistent content on this channel, guys. Click that button and subscribe, and let's get straight into this video. Hopefully everybody is having a good day today. So it looks like a lot is happening with Dan Wootton. It has now been announced, allegedly, one might ask, because some articles are being taken down, which is another issue that we want to get into, that Dan Wootton is being investigated by Metropolitan Police, and that this is something that has been announced right now publicly, that he is being investigated by Metropolitan Police, which is not good news for him, even more so after losing a lot of jobs. Nearly $1 million in salary has gone. How in the hell is Dan now going to pay for that mortgage on his 1.2 million house that he just bought? That in itself is going to be a crazy, crazy issue indeed. Now, it looks like some articles that are referencing the fact that he's being, investigated by the police, such as, The Mirror or, The Guardian, have taken their stories down because Dan apparently allegedly is sending lawyers to send out threatening legal letters asking for privacy. Now, the audacity for him to ask for privacy when he's invaded everybody else's privacy when it comes to people's stories and lives and degraded them at most whilst doing so is absolutely insane to see for me, to be honest with you. If we really want to talk about it, I think it's just very hypocritical for him to ask for privacy in this moment of time. The Evening Standard, however, did double down on the story of him being, investigated by the police. They haven't backed out from that, and Byline Times have been the ones to officially announce it. So it's just not good news for him, and that he's being investigated by police. He's sending out these letters, and the legal letters apparently have been leaked online. If they are really real, they basically confirm that he is being criminally investigated by the police at this moment of time. Byline Times is also reporting that Dan Wootton is about to flee back to New Zealand, and Lawrence Fox has spoken out saying that Dan Wootton is absolutely terrified in this moment of time and doesn't know what to do, doesn't know how to handle things. GB News have also come out to confirm that Lawrence Fox and somebody else have been officially sacked, and that Dan Wootton, the investigation is still pending. It is interesting because everybody is waiting for them to announce officially that Dan Wootton is being sacked. Byline Times have already announced that he's being sacked. So, it's probably just a few days now before they announce that he's officially been fired and sacked from the conversation of GB News. Katie Hopkins has spoken out herself in a video, which I find to be very interesting, in reference to Dan Wootton, saying that, he really was a bad person whilst she knew him.
But no one could ever know why, unless you knew. He was protected by Murdoch. Look at him. He's about as intelligent as my thumb. In fact, my thumb is more intelligent. And yet he's been preserved. And yet he's been kept on. And somehow he grew up the ranks. And somehow he ended up fronting up something on GB News when he's about as thick as the left wing of my labia. Like, proper. Lawrence Fox, bless him, stood by Dan Wootton, right? So when Dan Wootton was in the shit for allegedly trying to Lawrence Fox stood by him. What happened when Lawrence was in the shit at GB News? Dan Wootton went, I think Lawrence Fox is despicable. I think what he said was completely wrong. It's under the bus in order to self-preserve. That's Dan Wootton all over. I've known it for 2 decades. I always thought and knew he was a C-U-N-T that did certain things for people in order to retain favour within the Murdoch family.
Surprised that he's been a bad person and that he tried to turn on Lawrence, and Lawrence of course had receipts to throw back on him as well. So it looks like everybody on GB News is turning in on themselves, because an article has also come out to say there's been significant amount of bad sexual allegations on, when it comes to women speaking out. 5 men have been, accused, and they've tried to give hush money to keep everything quiet and at bay. So it's not looking good for GB News as of right now. Them, of course, having this huge misogyny kind of conversation. Nearly 9,000 Ofcom complaints went absolutely viral. 3 have been suspended. Dan sending out legal letters. Katie Hopkins is now speaking out herself. And of course, he's being investigated by the police. It's a huge jargon of issues that is going on right now. And all I want to do is let you guys know, keep you guys clued up so you guys can know about multiple of these topics in just 5 minutes. But it's just not looking good for Dan Wootton yet again, especially because not only is he being investigated by the police, but you've lost a $250,000 salary, £600,000 salary, all in 1 week. And you're being investigated by the police all in 1 week. All in 1 week, that has all happened to you. That is catastrophic to this man's career indefinitely. catastrophic completely. And all it took was for a colleague to be making significant misogyny-related jokes and him laughing on it. And another source claimed publicly online that the reason why GB News are so angry with Dan Wootton is that they told him to apologize on air multiple times. He refused to do so. They also told him prior to Lawrence making these jokes, change the conversation, make it go left, right, center, avoid this. He continuously refused to do so. Probably because he has a power trip right now and he feels like he's powerful at GB News, like XYZ, and they were like, you know what, we've got to cut this cord because the seniors are furious with him simply because he was not listening. Subscribe to the channel, click that button guys for daily and consistent content, and I'll catch you guys soon for another review.